What's up, fam? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, it's been a little while, but listen up, fam. Just giving you a heads up. If you hear an echo in the background, is because I just did a big move from New Jersey to South Florida. So I'm just settling in now. It's part of the reason why I haven't been doing these videos, but we are back now. A couple of things are going to change. We're no longer going to be doing the quote breakdown. We're putting an end to that, and with every end, there's a new beginning. And we're going to start doing videos as often as I possibly can to bring as much value to you as I possibly can, right? And the topics are going to be many different topics. It's going to be on men and women, relationships. It's going to be on business and finances. It's going to be on, understanding oneself, the mind, right? The same thing that we've been talking about, but applying it in different areas of life, right? Because this is the foundation. The foundation is you, the mindset, who you are, right? Your priorities, your mentality, your habits, your patterns. Again, the understanding of oneself is the most important thing because you bring yourself everywhere you go. So, we're going to take a lot of these foundational philosophies or understandings and we're going to bring him in multiple areas of life. I'm going to have many different topics. So I'm just letting you guys know, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. And for today's video, let's start off with the understanding of oneself, how important this is and why it's the most important thing, right? Because you are in the current position you are in for a reason. And it's easy if you wanted to blame everybody else but yourself. But the thing with that is when you do that, you don't get to understand the root cause of what's actually going on, right? You blame everybody else, you point fingers, you say it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, but you never study the pattern or you never study the series of moves that has led you up to this point. And if you would see that there's decisions that you have not made, there's fears that you have accepted in your life, right? Things that you just accept. You put caps and limitations on yourself, which then you move with limitation, right? You create your own limitation, you create your own cage that you live within. So then when it comes to making a move, you're like, okay, is this within my fear? Is this within my limitation that I'm unwilling to address? And if it is, you don't make the move. You look for an alternative route or alternate route, right? Another way. And that other way is is interesting because people will promote, hey, there's a way to do this without addressing your fears. So then that's the shortcut way. And then when you cut corners, you always end up taking the longer way, right? You think that there's an easier way to do things without actually going through it, without actually getting the lesson that needs to be learned, right? Because who you are right now and where you want to be, there's a huge gap, right? And within that gap, in the middle, you're going to have to go through things in order to become the person you want to be. But some of you want to skip the process. You want to skip the hard part, right? And look for the easier way. And you will never get there by looking for the easier way, right? You will never get there by living within your own limitations. You will never get there not wanting to understand. You need to understand, fam, how you put yourself in the position you are currently in. Now, right now, this very moment, there's moves that you can make that will lead you towards a different direction in life, right? Right now, your life is going in a certain direction. And the way you would know is based on what happened up to this point. You're like, okay, I've done all these things for the last week, the last 3 days, the last 3 months, the last year, the last 5 years. There's a pattern going on. And that pattern is backed by what you prioritize, what you care about, your fears, right? The level of responsibility you are willing to take. All of these things combined make you and makes you in this current position you are currently in. So the question is, at this very moment, what can you do? What can you see within yourself that will help you wake up, right? And break out of the limitations and the fears that you've created yourself or the fears that you've accepted, right? That will allow you to see the world from a totally different perspective. And this is what we're talking about here, fam. You have to be curious. You have to want to know. You have to want to understand. If you're blaming others, you're taking away your responsibility. You're giving away your responsibility. You need to accept it and say, okay, I am in this position because of me. And if you can understand that, fam, everything changes, fam. Everything changes because now you pay attention to the smallest of details that you used to overlook when you blame others, when you point fingers instead of pointing them thumbs, right? When you say, okay, it's me and it's up to me and it always will be. And now you pay attention to the smallest of details. You look at your work ethic, study your work ethic, right? Study how hard you work. Study how easily you're willing to give in to your fears, or when something gets difficult, you don't look to adapt and adjust. You just make excuses, right? Study your level of energy that you have. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing on the day to day that's keeping you in the same place? There's a perspective that you need to change. There's a priority that you need to change, and it's up to you to figure that part out. Stop looking at stop looking at the world based on what you wish it was, right? Stop looking at yourself based on what you wish you were, and start looking at yourself for who you actually are. The most important thing you can do for yourself, fam, is tell yourself the truth. So I'll leave you guys with that, fam. Listen, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video with somebody you know. Get excited, fam, because I'm bringing back these videos. We're coming back strong. You're going to see me in every single platform. So follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And with that being said, fam, I'll catch you guys next time.